Time out, brother. Time out, brother. So you telling me? Let me just get this straight. So you telling me these guys been acting pretentious, calling out fan bases, talking about how all this shit is toxic and people don't really know what they're talking about. They're not insiders, all this different stuff. You telling me that's what these dudes been doing for the last year? Just to admit that they never knew what they was talking about? This is what I be talking about. This is exactly what I be talking about. This exactly what I be talking about. Let me play some of this for y'all, man.
Crazy. But it was funny. It's funny to see people's reaction. And again, people still not understanding what the case was about.
As someone that thought I understood it, now I actually don't. Because I know he was, from my understanding, initially suing for UMG promoting, pushing, and using bots about a song that was defaming him.
Mm-hmm.
Then the result was, all right, the case is dismissed because there's no defamation. I didn't even think he was suing for that.
Hold on. So you thought initially that he was suing the label because they were pushing the song that was attempting to defame him by using bots and whatever else you said, right? But you didn't know that he was suing because they were defaming him? Somebody make it make sense to me. Am I tripping? Or does that make no sense? Somebody can correct me if I'm tripping. So you thought initially that he was suing. You initially thought that he was suing because the label pushed a song that was attempting to defame him. But you didn't know that he was suing for defamation. That's really fucking me up right now. Like now, at first now it's really like, bro, is he just saying anything because he nervous? Like Rory even sound different right here. Listen to bro.
Thought I understood it. Now I actually don't. Because I know he was, from my understanding, initially suing for UMG promoting, pushing, and using bots about a song that was defaming him.
Mm-hmm.
Then the result was, all right, the case is dismissed because there's no defamation. I didn't even think he was suing for that.
What? Somebody tell, what does defaming mean? what? First he said, you know what? Let's move on. I just can't. What is he talking about?
Mm-hmm. So now I'm just lost. So that's why I say you guys win. K-Dot, K-Bot, the whole world, y'all win. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
K-Dot, K-Bot.
I'm sorry. I was wrong. I have no idea what the fuck is going on. Clearly the paperwork that I initially read is not even where the case ended up. Because I thought he was suing UMG for them promoting a song that defamed him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was
because when I agreed with the judge, because I initially came in here when you and I would argue, where I'd be like, do you really think anybody actually sits and thinks that Drake is a fucking pedophile? It's just a battle. Like, no one is.
The lawsuit over. Yes. I seen the video with the little girl on stage, man. Like I'm just not about to play this like pretending I didn't see. I don't have eyes game that you niggas want to play. I'm not playing that with y'all. I have eyes. I seen things. If you're on stage with an underage girl and you didn't know, okay. Once you find out that she is underage, you remove yourself or remove her from the stage. You don't then continue to make suggestive comments and give kisses. Okay? I just had to throw that in there. Let's be fucking serious here.
Really walking around thinking that. I agreed with what the judge said. Like, this is just a battle back. No one really thinks that. But I didn't think that was the lawsuit. Mm-hmm. I thought it was illegally promoting outside of the industry standard a song that was defaming him. Mm-hmm. And now how the judge made it sound, it was like, all right, yeah, he said mean things about you, but you said mean things too.
What was the words? Non-actionable. What was that?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how a rap battle goes, Rory. I'm not sure if you understood this, or maybe you didn't expect the judge to understand this. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe because you might not fully understand it, you thought that the judge also didn't understand it. Based on the judge's ruling, she fully was either educated or had her own understanding of a rap battle. She literally is calling it, yo, this is ridiculous. Not only did you tell the dude to call you that, but you was calling him stuff as well. It's a battle. Even the judge know that. So why is it hard for you to understand that, Mr. Rory? I'm just asking. I thought Rory was supposed to be the reasonable guy. And that's the thing. I've been telling y'all. Matter of fact, go back to my videos from months ago. I've been telling y'all, when I talk about these fake neutral pundits, this is who I'm talking about. I'm talking about fake neutral pundits like this guy who pretend to be neutral when they're actually leaning one way, and their intentions leak out slowly if you pay attention. What you mean you didn't know?
That I initially read is not even where the case ended up. Because I thought he was suing UMG.
It was
because when I agreed with the judge, because I initially came in here when standard a song that was defaming him. A song. I didn't think that was the lawsuit.
Prove the defamation, then the amplifying of it doesn't mean anything.
Fair.
So that's where.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I also want to give flowers to the OVO stands for sure. Because the way they flipped it, I thought the K-Bots were going to be the ones that were going to be fucking celebrating. Drake may have some of the most positive fans I've ever seen in my life. They say, yo, y'all didn't even understand Drake's angle. The judge just proved that he's not a pedophile. That was his case the whole time. I said, all right, man.
Wait, what?
No, I can't.
They said the fact that the judge dismissed it means the judge is like, you're not a pedophile, so there's no defamation here. And they were like, well, that was his plan the whole time.
Oh, no.
That's stupid because
the case?
The defamation would.
So you telling me Drake spent all this money, all this stuff to so that it would get dismissed, and that would prove that he wasn't one of those things?
Would be if
I'm not saying this is logic.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you what I was reading. I'm just telling you what I was reading.
Makes no sense.
But yes, I had a bunch of people hit me of all right, what y'all gonna do?
I'm just telling you what I was reading. I'm just telling you what I was reading. Okay? I'm just telling you what I was reading.
On the episode, I was like, I don't know what do you want from us? Do you want me to bow down and apologize?
Well, apologize.
Yes. Fuck is you talking about? Yes. Absolutely. You helped solidify narratives that you weren't against Kendrick Lamar, and to strengthen this lawsuit. You helped strengthen the public perception on the lawsuit. Knowing for a fact that it was dangerous for hip hop, you boosted that. So yes, after finding out that you was wrong, apologize. What are you talking about? What?
I mean, I don't know what people are thinking because I haven't really talked to many people about this, but it's not. I mean, the people have to know that his lawyer, his team, they're going to appeal this and take this to another level.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know if people know that. Like, this is not. Of course, this is not over with. Like,
I mean, shit, the shitty. Should we just let it go?
No, see, no,
like,
no.
At this point,
no. Why? But would you? If you and your team, your lawyers had things in your possession that prove what you're saying is correct.
But why wouldn't, and I'm not saying that it depends the judge, and that's why the appeal process exists. Didn't they reveal everything? Because that was also something I saw on the OVO stand side of like, nah, he purposely was trying to lose the first one so he could reveal more in the appeal. And I was like, well, why wouldn't he just?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Just give them.
I'm not speaking to shit.
I don't want to hear about no evidence that the dude had because it would have been used by now. Y'all are crazy. Like, cut it out, bro. Cut it out.
I'm speaking to factual shit, like real things. Like, this is not over with. I know people hear things getting dismissed, but like, there's a whole nother level.
Not to mention, didn't Drake remove the bots from the case a minute ago? Like,
level that I believe this is getting ready to go to. I don't think this is over. It's definitely not over here.
Yeah, I mean, I see the side of even people just being objective and aren't on this like weird fucking divider stand line of like, hey, Drake, the more you do this, the more like you're adding more of like this mystique and you're making Not Like Us the greatest battle record of all time the more you do things post the battle. Like you're putting more.
Hey, bro, Drake was probably the number one promoter for Not Like Us. Let's be honest. Like, he extended his every time one of them things dropped, Not Like Us got a boost.
Allure to it. Like, I'm sure Not Like Us, because of this announcement, may chart this week. Just because of the announcement. Like, you're adding more allure to what this battle was with these moves. And the appeal is just going to continue that. But I also know that Drake doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
so I see both sides. Like,
yeah, but that's the side that people see what you just said. A lot of people don't think or speak to that.
I know
like
he doesn't care.
When you don't care. Two, when you know what you know and you know what's going on, because none of us knows Drake's business with his label.
I'm not even going to address that.
We don't know his negotiation, what he was going through with the label at the time. None of us know the specifics of that. But when you know and your lawyers know exactly what happened and what went on, when you say just let it go, no, somebody of his caliber and his level is not going to just let that go because they know what we all do not know. They have information that none of us have.
Okay, but then I guess I would ask.
So wouldn't that go for both sides? Do you hear these guys? Rory, and then Mal puts the narrative out, and then Rory, like from this fake neutral perspective, throws a little bit of gasoline on it. And bro, think we don't see this, bro. We see I'm not even getting on Mal because Mal at least is being forward. Okay, Mal at least is being forward with his just like, bro, just denying the facts that are right in front of him. Mal is being forward with that. Rory, I can't respect what you're doing because you trying to be deceptive. Like, you trying to pretend like you not throwing gasoline on these fires, bro. And it's just not going to work. You're going to keep calling people stands to discredit their criticism of what you're doing. That's smart. It's genius. But in reality, just know we can all see it, bro. Y'all not slick. Y'all not as good as at doing this as you think you are. Like, it's very obvious, and it's been very obvious before you admitted that you had no idea what you were talking about.
If you're Drake, are you looking at good lawyers lose cases? I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But if you have all this stuff that we don't know, why did you go with that approach of the defamation lane? And the judge was clearly like, nah, this is a rap battle. No one actually believed this. You also said in one of the songs to call you a pedophile. Like, is this Drake's lawyers making a grave mistake in this entire thing? Like, even going in that approach of going the defamation route, because clearly the judge was like, this is a rap battle. This is not a negotiation for your your deal with Universal?
I think that
Like they should have revealed the stuff that we don't know.
Yeah,
Case.
the information that like people keep there's information that the general public doesn't know. Well, I would assume that if there's information that's pertinent to this ruling or the lawsuit, it should be in the paperwork, and we all have the paperwork. So that's why it's like, what is this magic 8-ball information?
Well, how many days ago did they ask for the discovery? It wasn't. It was what, maybe 2 weeks ago? Maybe.
I'm not sure. Person to boost some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every artist does. The only true, but that's not like Kendrick, PG Lang, like all of it. Like, where is all that stuff? Like at this point now, it just feels like it's just like Twitter rumors. Because we knew that to be true. Apparently true, but that's not like.
So anyway, yeah, a lot of this stuff. I mean, yeah, it was Twitter. I mean, a lot of this stuff was Twitter rumors. Like that's just what it is. Like most of the stuff, the narratives that you see on people are started by these paid for propaganda pages like Currico and Academics TV and all this different stuff. And those narratives get dropped. They're amplified by people collectively, and then those narratives make it to Instagram. Then those narratives make it to Facebook. Then those narratives make it to TikTok, and now those narratives make it to the people in the real world. Okay, that is how propaganda works right now, and that's what I'm trying to say is what Rory did was propaganda. You know what I'm saying? And that doesn't mean propaganda all the time has a positive or negative connotation, right? It's just propaganda is propaganda, but it leans in the favor of a side. And clearly, right, Rory and Mal are leaning in the favor of OVO when getting these narratives off. Now, is that because Drake might be in people's pockets? Well, Drake is definitely people's pockets. I ain't gonna say he in their pockets. I don't know. But I know for a fact that there's many pages all over social media that Drake has his hands in their pocket, or he has money in their pockets, bro. And that's how they've been running a nonstop campaign consistently. And this is why I address it. Because there has to be a counter argument, right? Every time. There's got to be a counter to that. Or we can look back in the past, or if we're 15 years from now, they'll be telling a whole different story about what happened during this battle, bro. I'm trying to tell you. 15 years from now, they'll be telling a whole different story about this battle. I'm sitting here trying to tell you. If there isn't any opposite narrative or opposite conversation going around or opposite point of view. And this is why I always say something, okay? Because that's what they're trying to do is rewrite the history of this whole situation. And it's not just about Kendrick and Drake. There's bigger reasons for it. And we'll when we get down the line and these things start coming up, we'll have those conversations. But bro, I'm telling you, it's a little deeper than look, man.
Kendrick's not the only person to ever use a third party person to boost some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Every artist does. But none of that even like came up in the. I know they were trying to serve papers to that guy and like they couldn't find him, and I just feel like everything just fell apart, and the judge was just like,
that's the thing too. He the Kojo thing, right? He also got that from. That's another Twitter narrative. I'm just saying, how, I remember DeVille did a video about this. Shout out DeVille. He did a video about this where he was talking about like, it was like under a different name or something like that, or it's a different Kojo that's like, it's a whole bunch, look, y'all gotta go to DeVille's page and go check that video out. I'm not going to go check it out. But from what I remember, he was talking about the fact that, that was a whole elaborate plan as well to get Kojo or whatever. It's a whole thing, bro. But what Rory is saying right here is like, it's like, come on, man. We gotta at least look into it a little bit. You feel what I'm saying?
Like it's a rap battle, bro.
Yeah.
So I this is not how I saw this going, because I thought there was way more information. I thought this was going to be like a 4-year-long fucking trial.
He got partial discovery was granted around the end of June, top of August.
You thought it was going to be a 4-year trial because y'all be looking at what Twitter's saying. Like, that's the problem. Anybody with common sense knew this shit was gonna fall through and it wasn't gonna be nothing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, now there was the fear, right? I think there was a fear under the people who love the culture and are of the culture, where even though we know something should go that one way, it don't mean that that's gonna be served. I think we all had that underlying fear of like, yeah, this don't make no sense, but who knows what strings could be pulled. You feel what I'm saying? Just from that trauma. But in reality, bro, that shit was weak. You feel what I'm saying?
Limited discovery on certain communications.
Limited discovery on certain communications. Yeah, so I don't believe I don't know where that stands today. I don't know if this is over. Like, just ask somebody at Universal if they think that this case is over.
Well, I think Drake's lawyers have already talked about, like, obviously saying that we'll file an appeal. So
yeah, that's
yeah. Ask UMG if it, bro. They already said they was gonna do the appeal. You ain't got to do it. You don't. They already said publicly they gonna do the appeal. Come on, man. You don't gotta do all that.
That's what I'm saying. So, the blogs and, content creators can react and make videos. Oh, all of y'all stupid, look stupid, da da da. It's like, okay, I mean, but this is not over. Like,
yeah. Yeah, we're gonna make a bunch of them. Yeah. And y'all keep saying, stop making videos on that stuff, but y'all not telling them other dudes to do that. So yes, we are going, every time y'all try to spin narratives and spin propaganda and you're wrong, we putting belt to ass. What are you talking about? That's the cost of spinning narratives that are false on Kendrick Lamar and on any rappers that clearly y'all deem as the opposite side to OVO. Because y'all only do it to specific people. And I find that interesting. All these slick comments and Alright? Every time y'all wrong after trying to spin some bullshit, we are on y'all ass. Simple.
Yes, this judge dismissed it and, dismissed the case in that court. But this is now going to another level. And that only speaks.
And it's not even the same as y'all got an umbrella. It's an umbrella of y'all. The people that's gonna talk about this and cover this and get on y'all. It's not an umbrella. Everybody doing their own thing. Boom, boom. It's not an umbrella. That's the difference. A lot of y'all are assigned to do what you're doing. Let's just keep it real.
So again, what I'm looking at.
Allegedly.
He obviously knows something. His team knows something. He has great lawyers. You don't become the artist that he is without having the right people around you, the right people in your corner. And, it's a lot going on. But, it got dismissed in that court. But again, this is far from over. We haven't heard the last of this lawsuit with Drake versus UMG.
All right, man. All right, nigga. Cool. So you still was saying, but y'all didn't know what y'all was talking about. Okay, and I'm glad that, you feel me, it's gotten to this point. Now, everybody fuck up. That's one thing. Everybody mess up and boom, boom. I understand that, but it was the way Rory was acting like he was being pretentious, acting like people who was questioning him were crazy, acting like they're just stands so they don't know anything. Meanwhile, you didn't know nothing. And what we've been saying about the lawsuit is what came to fruition. But that's how y'all do it, though. Y'all create the boogeyman, the Kendrick stands. That's the boogeyman. The Kendrick supporters. That's the boogeyman of the narrative. So I get it. But let's be honest, bruh. If we calling it a spade, if we calling it down the middle, Rory at best is leaning Hovio at best. And that doesn't mean that he personally favors that. It just could be mean that they are assigned, that they let, you know what I'm saying? That there's incentive. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because to get on there and just like to get on there and be like, oh yeah, I pushed that narrative and it was wrong, and then come back and be like, what y'all want me to do? Apologize? That would be awesome. But anyway, let me get out of here, man. I got a great video coming up with my boy Visual Balance, though. Not sure when I'm gonna drop it, but I got a great video coming up with my boy. We're gonna talk about the propaganda campaign that's about to come up. That's starting already, but it's going to like, yeah, I see the play from a mile away as far as the propaganda piece that's about to hit, or Kendrick, TDE, whatever. Like the propaganda is about to get a little heavier, but in a different way. Okay, and we're gonna break that down. But all right, I'm gonna catch y'all, man. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been here. You feel what I'm saying? I'm gonna put the Discord in the pinned comments, pull up and all that. Yeah, I'm gonna catch y'all, man.